Hello, everyone.
Hi, YouTube.
Welcome back to another episode of, what is this?
Let's call it the live nursing
The
school
live
show.
nursing school
Yay!
show. Welcome.
Yes.
Let us know if you can hear us /see us.
Our setup, okay, so if you were with us a year ago when we were doing the live Q&A show, nursing school show, we had a different setup. Now we have a different setup, and everything's we're still kind of figuring it out.
We're figuring it out since we haven't done this for a while, so
we're the live stuff.
Yeah.
Hello.
Trying new things. So let us know.
Edward.
Let's see. I think Instagram, you guys can hear us? Can you? Oh, you can
Hi,
hear
Caitlin.
And see. How about YouTube?
Girl.
YouTube?
Comments, please comment in YouTube.
Can you hear us, see us?
Let us know that you can
reach out and touch.
Everything's good. Boop. Boop. There you go.
Like that.
Boop. Boop. Okay, so we are talking today. This is not really going to be a live Q&A show because we got so many questions about NCLEX style questions and how to answer nursing school questions. So
yes.
I just thought that it would be helpful for you if we kind of just jammed on that for a little while. Does that sound good? So, I mean, we can take questions. Yeah, post your questions and we'll see if we can get to some of those. But for the most part, I did just want to go over tonight just how to answer nursing school exam questions, because there are several strategies that you can use to get those right and not have it be as stressful.
All right, so YouTube, Mrs. Strawberry, I can see you. Can you also hear me?
Can you hear us?
Let us know if you can hear us out in YouTube land, and we will see.
Make sure
if you can. Obviously, if you can't hear us, I guess you can see my mouth moving, but I'm not asking you, but we'll see what you say. So we're going. Oh, yes. Excellent. Thank you. All right. So we're going to be talking about.
Yes. How to answer med search questions. Yes. How to answer nursing school exam questions.
Nursing school.
NCLEX style. We call them NCLEX style questions. So, like you guys know, raise your hand. Or raise your hand. You can raise your hand. Put up the hand emoji or put up your favorite emoji. I really like that one. People put unicorns and stuff. Put your favorite emoji in the comments and tell me, have you taken a nursing school exam before? Mm-hmm. Anyone who has taken a nursing school exam, pop it in the comments.
So specifically, generally we're talking about nursing school exam questions, but yes. I think the question from yesterday is NCLEX. So NCLEX style questions, which is the nursing school
exam.
And while you guys pop those emojis in, let's just introduce ourselves real quick.
Okay, go for it.
Why should you guys listen to us? And by us, I mean her, because I don't really add anything of value to this. But anyway,
other than the
why join and why listen?
Why join in and
why
hang out with us?
Why communicate with us right here, right now?
Well,
go ahead.
My name is Christina, and this is Matthew, and we are together, married, and not a nurse. I am a nurse.
Not a nurse.
He is not a nurse. I am a nurse. So we're here for the fun and giggles.
Yeah, we're here to help. Well,
we're here
again,
to help.
Christina's here I am here for the fun and giggles. Christina is here to help you guys feel confident and get through nursing school, pass nursing school, enjoy nursing school, have fun.
Yes. So the thing about nursing school, as you know, is that it is hard. And I know what it is like to struggle in nursing school. And I do not want you to feel that way. So we created our YouTube channel. We created our Instagram profile. We created our Nursing SOS membership community to walk you through step by step how to not only pass nursing school, but to feel more confident in nursing school and as a nurse on the floor. So nursing school is hard, my friends. Nursing school is hard.
That's what I've heard.
I've
heard from her that nursing school is hard.
You were right there along with me.
I did not do it because it's hard.
You were not in nursing school, yes. But you were my rock through nursing school along with Jesus.
So if you want to hear about that too, about the people that help out going through nursing school, maybe we'll talk about that.
Oh yeah, that would be good. Yeah, for sure. I like that topic. So we have a lot of emojis.
Yes.
You guys who have said that you have taken nursing school exams,
Yes,
You
taking
got a
an
lot of
exam
emojis.
in basic nursing concepts, basic med surg now.
Mhm.
Yeah, so people have definitely taken some nursing school exams.
Yes. And so, as you know, like nursing school exams are different than the exams that you had before. And so, you really need to make sure that you are critically thinking during your exam and not just like you don't just memorize stuff in nursing school, right? Like, if you've taken a nursing school exam before, like most of you have, you know this. Like, you can't just memorize a list of things. You have to actually critically think through everything and be able to apply it on your nursing school exam. That is how nursing school works. So, thankfully, though, there are several strategies that we can use to pick the right answer, even though we might not know exactly what that right answer is when we take that nursing school exam. So, I wanted to run through some test taking strategies with you. So really the biggest thing, so the first thing you'll want to do is to make sure that you are spending time critically thinking before your exam. So you don't want to you don't want to just get to your exam and then have to critically think during your exam without having practiced it. That is not the way to go. You don't want to just read a textbook and memorize a list of things and then walk into your nursing school exam. You're not going to be prepared, right? Like that is just not how it works in nursing school. So make sure that you are, as you are studying, you are connecting the dots between everything that you are learning. So let's say, for example, if you're in nursing fundamentals, make sure that when you're learning about edema, that you are connecting edema to what you're also learning with, a patient's intake and output. When you are in med surg, make sure that you are learning about the pathophysiology of the disorders that you're learning about, and then you're learning how to connect the pathophysiology to what you're going to assess for and what nursing interventions you're going to do and what signs and symptoms you might see with a patient with that disorder, with that pathophysiology. Does that make sense? So you're not just memorizing a list of signs and symptoms. You're not just memorizing a list of, side effects for a medication, but you are actually looking at the underlying pathophysiology or, the mechanism of action of a medication, and you are applying that to everything else you have to know. So you have to really do that hard work first before your exam, because then you're going to be a lot more prepared for your exam. You didn't just memorize a list of side effects or a list of signs and symptoms or nursing assessments or something like that. Because like we said, and like you guys know, nursing exams are not going to test you on that. They're not going to ask you, hey, what's the list of side effects for, a patient with XYZ? Not going to happen. Like, they are going to give you a case scenario, and then you are going to have to pick, like you've seen before, what's your initial action? What's your first response? What would your first response be for this patient? Or it'll be like a SATA question, a select all and apply, where you have to select all the answers that are correct. Always a good time. So I say that jokingly, of course.
Oh, Alex already agrees with you. Those are 3 crying emoji faces.
For the SATA questions.
Don't worry, you are not alone.
Yeah, SATA is not the most fun, but we will get to some strategies about how to make them better in a minute. So yes, that's how it is. Now, who has heard that the NCLEX has changed? Raise your hand. Put up an emoji.
Changing?
That it's changing. So the NCLEX is changing, and I'm going to tell you that that's okay. All right. So if you're freaking out in your brain right now, or if you've heard other people freaking out, I just want to tell you that it's going to be okay. So if you have to take the new NCLEX when it comes out.
So Alex says, I thought not till 2023.
2023. So yeah, I think the newest cohort. So so if you started nursing school, let's say last fall, you will be the first to then take the new NCLEX in 2 years. A year and a half-ish. So yes, everyone's kind of heard that the NCLEX has changed. So if if you're graduating, if you already graduated in December, or if you're graduating in like March, you don't have to take the new NCLEX. But the new NCLEX is coming. So here's the thing about it. Don't freak out, okay? Just promise me you're not going to freak out. We're just going to be calm about it, because It's going to be fine. The new NCLEX is going to focus a lot on case scenario questions. Now, here's the good news. The good news is that nursing content is nursing content. Like, it does not change. Like, the nursing process is not changing, my friends. Like, how we do nursing is not changing. Like, the pathophysiology of heart failure is not changing. Like, how we treat stroke is not changing. So really, the good news is that the lecture content, what you're learning in nursing school, is not changing. Like I said, nursing content is nursing content. Whatever you learn in nursing school, that's what you need to know. You're going to be fine on the NCLEX. It's just more case scenario based. So this means that they're going to give you a patient situation. And then you're going to have to, like we said, dive deep into that critical thinking in your mind, like I know you're so good at, and, answer the questions appropriately based on your critical thinking. So with that, we need to practice our critical thinking, like we said. So let's kind of put a pin in that. We can talk about critical thinking. That should actually be a whole nother live video, really.
We'll probably tackle that later or in another video. But I think just in general, I think what you're trying to get at is just really think outside the box. Don't just think about lists and memorizing lists and things like that, but really think about the why behind it and really dive deep beforehand, before your tests, and really think through permutations and just get your brain used to thinking about why things are happening, connecting dots here and there, connecting all the things that you're learning together, because at the end of the day, it's so that you can become a great nurse and do all the nursing things in actual nursing scenarios, which is why they're probably changing the NCLEX to make it more akin to what you'll be dealing with when you are a nurse.
Absolutely.
So they just want to, it may be harder, or again, don't freak out, but it is just to get you prepared. At the end of the day, it's just to get you to be prepared to be the best nurse you can be.
Deep in those critical thinking skills. So that is kind of what's happening, but do not worry. So the test taking strategies that we're going to go over are still going to apply for you for the new, for the new NCLEX, for your nursing school exams leading up to that new NCLEX. So you promised me you wouldn't freak out, right? So just don't freak out. I've just seen like so many nursing students just like, about it and overwhelmed and confused. And please do not be stressed about it. Like I said, nursing content is nursing content. Keep doing what you're doing, keep studying and learning the content and critically thinking about it, and you will be fine. You'll be fine. Like, don't even worry. So, okay, let's walk through some test taking strategies. So the first, it's not really a test taking strategy, but please, please, please read the whole question. This is especially important if with a case scenario question, right? That is so long and you really have to focus on it. So I have done this several times. I'm sure you have too. Actually raise your hand if you're like me and read a question one time and you're like, oh yeah, I know what they're asking. And then you choose the answer and then you end up getting it wrong because apparently you didn't read the question right. I have done that a lot. So the first strategy is to just make sure you read the question, the whole thing, and understand it. Like, read it twice before you go on to your answer. People said that Mr. Strawberry says, my life. Yeah, me too. Me too.
I don't think this actually happens in nursing exam questions, but like I know that I've dealt with it when I took tests. It's like you read through the whole test, even the whole exam, and like the very end, the very last question says, when you get here, don't do anything, just turn it in and you're good.
Yeah, so it's like you don't have to. That would never happen.
Yeah, that would never happen. But same thing, just make sure you read everything and understand everything before continuing.
Yes, yeah. Diana says yes because sometimes you miss a word. Yes, sometimes you. Okay,
not's a big word.
Yeah, not. So like it's the reverse of what you actually think it's gonna be. Like like you think it's some, like, here's what you should do, but the question's asking you what you should not do, something like that. Oh, so make sure you read the question. All right. So actually, Diana, let's just jam on that for a minute. Keywords. Make sure that you pull out key words in the question and know what they're asking you for. So this goes along with reading the question fully and understanding it and pulling out those keywords that they're saying. So something like, what's your first action, right? What's your initial action? Give me another one. Like that's a good example. Like, what would you not do? Or what would you do? Things like that. Or select all that apply, right? So, you could miss that. If you think that you should just select one, make sure that you read it, select all that apply, those SATA questions, right? So make sure that you are picking out those key words that tell you really how to answer the question, because you don't want to miss that. Oh man, these comments are coming in so fast. I cannot read them.
There's a lot coming in.
Matthew's going to read them.
Yeah, thanks for all the questions and comments.
On the tips. You guys are awesome. Okay, so another strategy that I wanted to talk about, because it just came up. I just posted a TikTok video today. It was today, right? I think. Oh no, this one was a couple days ago, but I posted another one today that's really good. So definitely check out our TikTok. It's we're at Nursing SOS Official. Because someone already had Nursing SOS for some reason. So at Nursing SOS Official on TikTok, check it out, because I've been posting some NCLEX style questions for you to practice, and they're super fun. So this came up a couple days ago on one of the last ones I posted. It was a situation like, what would your first response be, or what would you do to help this patient? And so the answer is to continue to assess them. Make sure that if there is anything you can do to help your patient, that you do it. You don't delegate it to somebody else. If there is something you can do, you don't call the doctor. You don't delegate it to someone else, okay? So remember this. This is huge, because you will see in your nursing school exams. I mean, who has seen this before? They do it all the time. You'll get this case scenario question, and it'll say, like, what would your first response be? And then, or like, what would you do to help this patient? And then one of the answers is call the doctor. Before you click that button to call the doctor, make sure that there is nothing else that you can do. Okay, read all the other answers. Make sure that there is nothing else that you can do. Make sure that there's nothing else that you can assess for. Make sure there's no other intervention listed that you could do. Most often it's going to be an assessment. So make sure that you are always assessing your patient first before doing anything else. Okay. So actually that TikTok's a great example. I hope that all y'all go on our TikTok and find that one, because it's a really good example of this. Sakuya, don't pass the buck. Yes, do not pass the buck. That's a last
just
resort.
Get the doctor to do it. That's cool.
Just get
no.
Have you seen there's a nursing TikTok, or like a meme, right? I think it's Grey's Anatomy, where all the doctors are like trying to help this patient stand up, and like the meme is something like, yes, this is my life as a nurse. I always have 3 doctors to help me ambulate my patients. It's so funny. Because come on, that's not real life at all. So, make sure that if there has to be nothing else that you can do, in order for you to call the doctor, nothing else that you can do. Make sure that there's no assessment. Make sure there's no nursing intervention or anything listed that you can do before you call that doctor. Does that make sense? Okay. Go ahead.
So, Alex, you have a couple of really good comments that I do want to address. Do we want to do that?
Sure.
Right.
Go for it.
So, yeah. So, they were just talking up here about, it looks like maybe in the future, the new NCLEX, the SATAs will have partial credit.
I have heard that. I haven't looked into. I have heard that. I need to look into it more.
Okay.
To see if that, like, how true that is.
Yeah.
I've heard that as being a rumor, but I can look into that for sure. And I don't know. We could put a pin in that. I can maybe have an answer next week when we come back on live.
Yeah, so we do plan on going live a lot more often. So just let us know what works best for you guys and when, etc.
Yeah.
Comment below, or
Yep.
the other thing that he said is really his biggest issue in the program is that it doesn't seem like they're giving you time to learn the knowledge for long term. It's almost like you want to study for the exams or study to the exams.
Yes, absolutely.
And so it doesn't seem like you're retaining the knowledge.
That's a really big thing for nursing school, because the programs, like if you're in like an accelerated BSN, if you're in well, basically just nursing school, you have, 10 weeks or 16 weeks, because the semester's 16, right? And a quarter, if you're on a quarter schedule, it's like 10 weeks. Like, what can you really learn in 10 weeks, right? So really, you kind of are. And I don't think that there's really even a way around that. Other than, here's what I found really, really helpful. When I was in nursing school, what I would do, if you have this ability, is to, when you get on the clinical floor, to, if you're able to choose your own patients, to choose the patients with the disorders that you're learning about. Does that make sense? So when you go to clinical, if you are allowed to choose your own patients, if you're allowed to choose what nurse you work with or what patients you work with, try to get an assignment that is similar to what you are learning in class. So say if you're learning about respiratory, or if you're learning about cardiac, in nursing school, then try to take care of patients at clinical with respiratory or cardiac disorders. That way, it's like that critical thinking, right? You're going to be more prepared for your exams because you are kind of bridging that knowledge gap, right? You're bridging the knowledge from textbook to, okay, now this is not real life. This is what we do. So that is kind of what I tried to do. Of course, not always possible, because we did get assignments a lot. But it was just assigned to us, but trying to do that as much as possible.
Yeah, I think that just goes back into what we were originally talking about, what you were originally talking about the critical thinking, and just really realizing that what you're learning and how to apply it to real world. And that's one way to do that. But just realize that it's all working together to get you to learn the real life knowledge, even though it does seem like you are going to be studying to an exam or just what the exam is, and it's drinking from a fire hose. But
that's a good,
but I mean, if you look at it and you look back, you're going to find out that you know a lot more than you thought you did, even though it doesn't feel like you do. It doesn't feel like you retained it. It's going to be there. And that's another reason probably why they're adjusting the NCLEX, is just to kind of get that real life knowledge in. And so that you're not feeling that you're really, you're studying for real life. So I think that's why
absolutely.
That's why they're doing that. So, like
we said, nursing content is nursing content.
Yeah.
So, you really, so if we're not going to do that, like clinicals too, like if you don't want to do it that way, another really great thing to do to prep for your nursing school exam and to pass nursing school exams is to kind of come up with case scenario questions yourself. Come up with scenarios, right? Like, this is the critical thinking, right? When you're learning about a disorder in nursing school, come up in your mind with something, like things that could happen, right? Develop your own case scenario questions, develop your own test questions. I did that as well. And I think that that's really, really helpful. And especially if you have someone else, like if you have a friend in nursing school, like come up with them with case scenario questions and like quiz each other, right? So, study the information, make sure you know it, and then, get with someone else and kind of, test each other really with your own case scenario questions. That can be so helpful, because that really develops the critical thinking for yourself to then be able to apply more on your exams.
Yeah, I like that. And along with that, it's also the whole fairly common knowledge to you don't really know it until you teach it kind of thing, or teaching it really gets it ingrained. So teaching other people, and that's kind of going into kind of making up your own scenarios or just thinking outside the box. That's really it. Thinking outside the box, thinking about all these other scenarios. What if this happens? What if that happens?
Absolutely.
And just kind of test yourself and go through all of the scenarios.
Absolutely.
Resources also, I saw UWorld being thrown around.
For studying for the NCLEX.
Yeah. And then yes, Alex was asking, what's the best way to study for NCLEX?
Yep.
You're in your last semester. Congrats.
Yeah. Awesome. When you are studying for the NCLEX or when you are just studying for nursing school exams, what I did when I was in nursing school was the NCLEX RN Mastery app and then the Saunders NCLEX Review Guide, which I don't have with me to show you. But it's called Saunders NCLEX Review Guide. So Alex, those are the two resources I would recommend: is Saunders and the NCLEX RN Mastery app. I think they changed their name though. I think they're now something else. It's like My Mastery.
Yeah, because they have a bunch of different things. But I think the basic the bottom line to that is just practice questions. Lots and lots of practice questions to get you used to the process.
Absolutely.
Because a big chunk of the NCLEX isn't just the knowledge, it's just the stress going into it and not knowing what to expect or not being used to the way they ask questions. So just practice questions all day, every day.
Like how stressed was I before taking any nursing school exam? Man, stressful. So when you have like 3 exams every week, right? In nursing school, do practice questions. So that's another really great thing to do. So the next study strategy I want to talk about is knowing how to prioritize. So there are really 3 principles for prioritization in nursing school for nursing school exam questions. The first one is Maslow's hierarchy of needs, which you've probably heard of. So you're going to solve physiological needs first. So making sure that your patient is breathing, right? Make sure their blood is circulating, right? So before you move on to anything else. So we're going to solve the life-threatening things first, and then we're going to move on to, making sure that, their safety needs are taken care of. So like their bed is lowered, right? That there's not like an oxygen tank in their way that's a trip hazard or, things like that. And then, you move up Maslow's hierarchy to like self-esteem, self-actualization, all that stuff. But we're going to solve the life-threatening things first, making sure that your patient, this goes to the ABCs: airway, breathing, and circulation. Make sure their airway is clear, make sure their blood is circulating, make sure they are breathing, and make sure that their blood is circulating. A, B, C, airway, breathing, and circulation. So those are actually the first 2 principles. So Maslow's and then the ABCs. So make sure that we're solving for life-threatening things first. So when you get to an NCLEX style question, when you take your nursing school exams, make sure that you are always solving for those life-threatening things first. We're not concerned about our patient falling out of bed if they're not breathing. We're not concerned about their sense of belonging in the world if their blood is not circulating, right? If they, if they can't breathe, that's what we have to fix first, right? So this goes into prioritization and that critical thinking. Now, the third principle that you're going to use when taking nursing school exams and prioritizing is the nursing process, right? So ADPI, make sure you always assess your patient first. Always. So, like we said kind of before, do not pass the buck. I said that. So funny. So do not call the doctor on your nursing school exam, because you'll get that answer that says, call the doctor. Do not call the doctor, my friends, unless there is nothing else that you can do. So make sure that you assess your patient fully before you select any other answer on your exam. So those are the 3 principles that you are going to follow when you're taking nursing school exams. So make sure you are following Maslow's hierarchy of needs, that you are following the ABCs, and that you are following the nursing process. So keep those 3 things in mind always when you go for every single nursing school exam. Man, because it's going to help you so much. Now the next principle I kind of wanted to talk about, well, there's actually 2. So oftentimes when you're taking your nursing school exam, there will be two answers that are super duper similar, basically saying the same thing. They're both going to be wrong. So if there are two answers on your nursing school exam that are so similar to each other, they're both most likely not the right answer. They're both most likely wrong. Now, on the flip side, if there are two answers that are stark opposite of each other, one of them is most likely correct. Okay, so you follow that? So if there are two answers that are super duper similar, that you can not really tell them apart, they're both most likely wrong. But on the other hand, if there are two answers that are direct opposites of each other, or in stark contrast to each other, then one of those is most likely the correct answer. All right. So there's usually like four answers, right, on your nursing school exams. So if two of them are very similar, just eliminate both of them. It's one of the other two. If two of them are stark opposites, one of those is one that you're going to want to choose from. Does that make sense? Cool. Now, the other kind of thing like that I wanted to mention is that oftentimes on nursing school exams, there's going to be what they call an umbrella answer. And so this is not something I hear a lot of people talking about a lot. It's kind of a test-taking strategy that I don't think people really know about, but it works really well. So there's an answer called an umbrella answer, or like this is an answer that will encompass pieces of other answers. So if you notice that one of the answers on your nursing school exams is like quite a bit longer than the other answers, or it contains pieces of other answers, that one is most likely correct. That's what we call an umbrella answer. So it's like, it contains parts of other answers that are listed, but it kind of molds them all together. And it's usually the longer one, it's usually because it has more words, obviously. So that is most likely correct. So now that was kind of a jam. Do we have any comments that we have to go through?
Yeah. No, I like all the comments coming in
helpful.
here. A lot of people, Annabelle just finished nursing, taking NCLEX next month. So congrats with that.
Yay.
A lot of people getting ready for the NCLEX. So awesome there. Let us know how it goes for sure.
Diana, you said the My Mastery app will give a trial period. Perfect. Yes. Can I pin those websites? I cannot on Instagram. But they were NCLEX Mastery or My Mastery. Diana, is that right? Did I get that right? It's My Mastery. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's My Mastery, but maybe Diana can check me on that. And then the Saunders NCLEX review guide. So those are the two that we recommend for practice questions for nursing school. Hooray! Okay. Good. Let's see. I think that's probably all the go ahead.
Yeah, no, I think that's good enough for now. Christina's chock full of these tips and tricks and strategies and helping you get through nursing school. So just wanted to throw out there too that our Nursing SOS membership community is open for another day.
Yeah, it closes,
tomorrow. So if you found this helpful, find Christina's tips helpful, and you want more of a guiding hand through nursing school, go ahead and check that out. It's in the description of our YouTube. It's NursingSchoolOfSuccess.com/join.
Yep. It's where I hold your hand through nursing school, walk you through step-by-step what you have to know through nursing school. And actually, if you like these test-taking strategies, we have a whole video on it with like, I think there's like 14 of them or 15 of them where I walk you through. I think we covered like 4 today. There's a lot more that I walk you through in the Nursing SOS membership community. So enrollment closes tomorrow though. Enrollment's we only open enrollment a few times a year. So you guys have to make sure that you join before tomorrow afternoon. What time does it close? 3 p.m., right?
Yep, 3 Pacific. So
3 p.m. Pacific. So 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern. Make sure that you join the Nursing SOS membership community before enrollment closes, because when it's closed, it's closed. So yeah, there you go.
And then also, I just wanted to read this.
Oh,
Someone wrote in, hopefully you're still on, AOACOR family.
Yay!
For any nurse returning to the field after taking a long sabbatical, please do not be defeated. Nursing SOS videos were awesome and helped me pass my NCLEX for the second time after 20 years.
Yay!
So
we love
there you go.
and Diana said you're so helpful. Thank you,
all due
Diana.
to Christina, not
awesome.
me. But yeah, if you find this helpful, definitely. And if you want more guided help, then not me.
Diana says
there.
yes, it is my
there
mastery. Okay, that's how she found it. So yay. Thank you, Diana. I really appreciate that. Yes. So you guys seriously, okay, it happens every single time. When we close enrollment for the Nursing SOS membership community, literally the day after, like a minute after, people start emailing us saying, they want to get in, and we have to tell them, oh, I'm sorry, no, because it's closed, because we focus so much on our members. That's why we only open enrollment a few times a year, is because it takes so much effort to have enrollment open, and then we're not focused on our members, right? So we close it for the vast majority of the year because I want to focus. I want my time to go toward helping our members succeed in nursing school. Like, that is what I'm here to do. This is what we do. So that's why we close the doors to the Nursing SOS membership community. So it's only open for a few times during the year, like enrollment. And then once you're in, you're in. I'm holding your hand through nursing school, and we're doing it together.
And this is a good comment from Seesaw. I'm still debating. I'm worried I won't have time to go through the modules. Now, this is to help you get through nursing school as easy as possible, and really to guide you through it and learn what you need to know. So use it for what you need help in. There's a lot of information in there, and we don't expect you to go through everything unless you really need to. So just focus on the things that you need. And also there's tutor forms and things that you can ask our nurses, and they'll get back to you. So it's really a way to save time on the back end, as long because again, not me, they help you. They help you out.
So basically what's going to happen when you leave lecture class, you are probably going to feel confused, right? Who has felt confused when you leave lecture in nursing school? Like all of us, all the time. That's the problem. So what I want you to do, this is what our members do. When you're a Nursing SOS member, that's fine. If you leave lecture class feeling super overwhelmed and confused, great, because you can just go home and I will teach it to you. So you just pull up a video of that topic, me teaching that topic, because we have everything that you're learning in nursing school inside the Nursing SOS membership community. Pull up the video. I will teach it to you step by step. You do not have to worry about leaving lecture class confused ever again. You do not have to worry about instructors teaching it some weird way. Like, I will teach it to you. Do not worry. And then if you ever have any questions, like Matthew mentioned, we have a tutor forum. So what you can do inside our Nursing SOS membership community, we have a separate form that you can fill out and ask your questions, and a nurse on our team will get back to you within 24 hours. It is fantastic, amazing, spectacular. Like, I don't think there is any other program that helps you so much through nursing school than we do. Like, we literally hold your hand. So
let's see, Michael, you're gonna watch videos when you're back in the nursing program. I saw that you are going to be reapplying in this September. So good luck with that. Any advice on what to do differently? So I don't know exactly your situation, but looks like you'll be reapplying. So.
And Diana says, yes, when you pull up a module, you teach it where it can be understood. And that is my goal. Absolutely. Like, I feel like, honestly, like, nursing is fantastic and I love it, but really, like, my special gift in this world is teaching. And so I really love teaching nursing, because nursing not only is so important, as you guys know, like, nursing is hugely important to the world. And in order for you to understand it, like, I break it down for you step by step. Like, I think I'm very, very good at bringing these really confusing concepts that your instructors are throwing at you in rapid fire and breaking them down into very easy ways for you to understand it the first time. So I know someone had a question about, I know you were worried about getting into the Nursing SOS membership community and maybe not having enough time to go through the modules. Really, I think the bigger problem is when you leave nursing class completely overwhelmed and confused and having to learn it yourself from a textbook. I mean, how many hours do you spend right now trying to figure it out yourself, right? That is not what we do in the membership community. You are not left to have to figure it out yourself from a textbook. Absolutely not. Like, so all you need to do, you can pull up a video. I will teach it to you. You can talk with one of our nursing tutors and they will help you. You know, it's just like, we literally hold your hand. We walk you through it step by step. You do not have to figure it out alone anymore. We're here for you.
And let's see. Side note, sorry, Caitlin, are you going to save this video? So earlier on, we talked about exam questions and some study tips. Yes, this is on our YouTube channel. You're on YouTube. So yeah, it's just going to be on our YouTube channel. You can definitely replay it and go through those tips again.
Yep, absolutely.
For sure. And Alex, should I focus on your recommendations? Again, Alex, for prepping for the NCLEX is just really practice questions galore. So those that app, My Mastery, and then the Saunders book that has a bunch of test questions, that would be where you would start for sure.
Oh, that's such a good question, Seesaw. Yes. Okay. My professor requires us to read the book before class. So could I just watch a video instead inside the Nursing SOS program? Yes. So that's the thing. Your nursing instructors are going to tell you always that you need to read the book before class. You need to read the book after class. You need to read the entire textbook or you're going to fail your nursing school exam. Like, that is what they preach. That is what you are going to hear over and over and over. And it's simply just not true, my friend.
Yeah, on Instagram, HM, any tips for classes where professors only read from the book?
Yes.
Taking fundamentals right now.
Oh, it is. Isn't that so frustrating, right? Isn't that so frustrating when... I was just talking to another student about this, when you are paying for a nursing school program and you are basically just left to have to figure it out yourself. Like, that is not helpful. Like Alex said,
read 20 chapters before class.
Yes,
crazy.
20 chapters. That is not, no. Like, to me, that's just not acceptable. So that's exactly why, friends, that's exactly why I created the Nursing SOS membership community, because I do not want you to have to figure it out yourself. You should not have to be left to read 1,000 pages of a textbook by next Tuesday, by yourself, and have to learn nursing yourself. Like, what's the point? So here's what you can do. Join the Nursing SOS membership community, watch a video, and I will teach you what you need to know. So,
and if you need more, there's always tutors there that will help answer your specific questions for sure.
So we have a whole fundamentals course. I know some of you guys mentioned that you were in nursing fundamentals. We have an entire nursing fundamentals course with basically everything in there for you. Med surge, we have tons. I mean, how many med surge videos do we have? We cover the 4 main categories that we always teach. So actually, not only inside the Nursing SOS membership community, I tell you how to study, but we also follow that exact system. So pathophysiology, signs and symptoms, nursing assessment, and nursing interventions. We walk you through those things for every disorder you have to know. So med surge, man, it's like literally just let me be your instructor, because I will teach it to you in a way that you can understand it the first time.
So go ahead and take a look at that, nursingschoolofsuccess.com/join.
Yes.
It closes tomorrow at 3 Pacific.
3 Pacific, yeah. So you have to make sure that you enroll by 3 p.m. Pacific time tomorrow, because it closes after that. So please, we always get emails, people saying, I want to join after, but it's not. It's not, yeah. Do you want to type it into?
Yes,
why don't
I can
you type
this in,
the URL
and while I'm
to YouTube?
Typing this in, Elizabeth Tangent, is My Mastery a book? No, My Mastery is an app, which is awesome because you can have it on your phone and just cycle through a lot of questions.
Do I recommend UWorld? I did not do it. So no, I can't. So, okay. there's a lot of people out there in the world that recommend things they've never used. I am not one of those people. So I have not used UWorld. That does not, so I can't recommend it. That does not mean that it's not fantastic. That just means that I have not used it myself and I have integrity. So I cannot recommend it to you if I have never used it myself. We've heard from people that it's helpful, so I don't know if that helps you at all, but I did not use it to study for the NCLEX. I studied for the NCLEX by using the Saunders NCLEX Review Guide and My Mastery. So that My Mastery app that we were just talking about. So that's what I would recommend because those are the two resources that I used. Yeah. So yes, Matthew put the link down in YouTube for the Nursing SOS membership community. I can't type it into Instagram, I'm sorry, but it is in my bio. So if you just go, Nursing SOS, link in bio thing. That's the phrase because I'm cool. The bio, in Instagram. So it's in there. It's nursingschoolofsuccess.com/join.
Marsha just joined.
Hooray! Yay! Marsha just joined. Okay, so I know we have some members on here. I see you.
They're
members.
They're around hanging
You're
out.
being a little quiet, but I can see people that join, which is super fun. So you can leave a comment if you want to. I know some people like to remain anonymous. That's fine, but I just want you to know that I see you, Nursing SOS members. So super exciting. I'm so excited to have you guys inside the Nursing SOS membership community because seriously, I mean, that is so frustrating. Like I said, it's so frustrating when it's so frustrating when you're paying for a nursing school program, all these thousands of dollars, and then you're just left. It's like you're given a textbook and it's like, oh, here you go. Figure it out yourself.
It's like an Audible.
It's like an Audible. They should literally put nursing school on Audible. Wouldn't that be crazy?
Yeah.
That's like next level. Please, nobody do that. No, so that is not what we do here. So seriously, I am here to hold your hand through nursing school. That is my jam. That is what we do, and we love it. So,
and we want to do more of these lives and help you guys out here too with more tips and answering questions. So we will be doing that as well on YouTube and on Instagram. And I don't know where else.
Michelle says we're worth every penny. Michelle, you're awesome. Love it. Yes. So I know we have a lot of members on here. This is so fun. You guys are great. Like we have the best. We've had thousands of Nursing SOS members. I mean, how long has our membership community been around? Like we have helped so many nursing school students pass nursing school. I love this. So thank you guys so much for joining. I'm so excited to help you. Email us and say hello. I love it. Are you referring to UWorld or, okay, that was at Michelle.
And then, so Alex, I get it. I get it that you're worried about the NCLEX. Totally get it.
Yes.
Did you feel like your preparation, you were prepared?
I don't think anyone ever feels prepared to take the NCLEX exam. Ever.
Do lots and lots of practice questions.
No, I don't think anyone is ever prepared. And I think that is a big mindset block, I'm going to say. I think that that's a really big mindset thing. I think that people I think that students are expecting that you kind of reach this moment.
I suddenly know nursing.
I suddenly know everything. And
I get it now.
Never happens. My friends, I've been a nurse for forever. It never happens. So, actually, I've not been a nurse for forever. That would be a long time. It's just, you never reach that place, right? Like I gotta tell you, like before the NCLEX, I remember driving. Actually, my dad took me down. Do you remember that? So
I don't.
Because you were with the baby. And my dad.
Oh yeah, that's right. We had a baby back then.
Yeah, 10. So I was 10 weeks postpartum when I took the NCLEX. 10 weeks, my friends. If I could do that, you can do this. So my dad took me because you were with the baby. And I just remember telling him, like, it's okay if I don't pass, I'll just take it again. Like, I probably won't pass, but that's fine because people don't pass all the time and I'll just retake it. Like, I remember this whole conversation with my dad and he just kept saying, like, oh no, you're going to pass, you're going to pass. But I just kept like, I was like, just trying to soothe myself, you know, like, it's like, okay, well, it's okay if I don't pass, I'll just retake it. I will become a nurse eventually. You know, I don't think you are ever prepared.
So don't worry, Alex, you are not alone by any stretch of the imagination.
Oh man, I don't think I've ever told that story before. So thank you, Alex.
So
this is so embarrassing.
Not to like put a damper on anything, not at all. Just study, do your practice questions, do lots and lots of practice questions. You're not gonna get to that top of the hill and say, I finally know what nursing is. It is 42. No,
it's 42.
It's not like that, but just prepare and do your best and then just go for it.
Go for it, man.
You'll be fine.
You'll be fine. Yes. So I don't know. You just gotta go for it. You guys can do it. I know you can. Anyway, so fantastic. Class of 2025. Yes. Michael, you said, I'm going to thank you once I graduate. Awesome. And Michael, class of 2025. So you are just starting? Awesome. Okay, friends, seriously, though, I got to drill this in. Make sure that you join the Nursing SOS membership community before tomorrow because enrollment closes tomorrow and it only opens a few times a year. And we're here to help you through nursing school. I do not want you to have to figure it out alone. That's not what we do. No, no, no.
So if you found these tips helpful for exams, there's a lot of that.
There's
and
a lot more,
of other things too.
A lot more inside the membership community. So, yep, there you go. All right, friends, thank you for joining us.
Okay.
Next week, we'll see you next week. Follow me on Instagram, please, because I have been on Instagram stories a lot. Also on TikTok. I'm having a lot of fun.
Yeah, and I think we're trying to find the best times to do these.
Yes.
Usually we do post a YouTube video every Thursday. Today we decided to go live instead.
Yes.
Because of enrollment and all those other things too.
Yeah.
But we will be going live
more
often. We just need input on when it works for you guys. So be sure to join or subscribe, hit the bell on YouTube, Instagram, join, comment back.
Follow us.
Follow. Christina's having a blast doing stories.
Yeah, it's just
reels and all those other things.
On stories, I'll tell you when we're going live. So, like an hour ago, I got on stories and I was talking about what we were going to talk about. So anyway, follow along on Instagram stories because that is where I'm going to post like when we're going live and what's going on, what the topic's going to be and all that stuff. So you can join in.
Yes, so, join in all the fun.
This is where we are. This is what we do.
Let's help you.
Let's go. Help us help you. That sounds so fancy. Help us help you. Yeah, no, don't figure it out alone in nursing school. That is a gigantic waste of your time. Don't figure it out alone. Let me teach it to you. That's what I'm here to do. All right, you guys, have a fantastic rest of your evening.
Yes, we will see you soon.
Bye-bye.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, Instagram. And can
YouTube.
I click the X?
Peace.
Can I click the X on Instagram? Bye-bye. Share.